So the question is, what price beauty? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to risk to look like you did 20 or 30 years ago? If you could take a pill and it would instantly bring you back to how you looked when you were 30 years old, would you take that pill? How much would you pay for that pill? What would you do to get that pill? But Charlotte Tilbury Crystal Elixir. It's only $80 and it'll change my life. I always struggle with things like this. Is it chic or is it Mrs. Roper? I'm not sure. I like it. It's definitely not Aunt Bee. Happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a good, safe week. And today I want to take a deep dive into what price beauty. And what I mean by that is so often we are told over 60 that we need to get on Retin-A. We need perhaps to use some facial tools like the Nuface or get on a diet, right? How about intermittent fasting or keto? Well, I don't want to spend this time today warning you about things that might happen if you do one of these three things. But what I do want to do is share with you some medical emergencies that have happened to me over the years with these three things: the Nuface, a diet, and Retin-A. And I don't want to scare you. My goal is not to step on any toes or be a Debbie Downer. My goal is if I help one of you, if I prevent one of you from ending up in the ER like I did, then I think this video was a really good idea. I am 67 years old. I am a non-smoker. I barely drink. I like to drink. I just don't drink. And I'm in good health. I'm not on medication. I am not being treated for diabetes or hypertension. Well, let me take that back. I do take a water pill for high blood pressure.
It really is soothing. Same technology that's used in over.
No, it doesn't sting, hurt. It doesn't shock. No. I mean, use the cream for sure. It beeps to tell you to go to the next place. And that whole point of using it in, for a little bit more time if you want to in different places. If you have a concern area, like the jowl might be the concern, the neck might be the concern, the eyes, use the eye and lip attachment, that might be the concern.
I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing a jawline that I'm not crazy about. And I'm seeing, some hooded lids and a face that I would love to be just a little bit firmer. So I turn on TV and I see the ladies using the Nuface. And even though it's $300, they're saying it works miracles, right? And they're showing you immediately how you can get a lift from the microcurrent. And I think, well, that's for me, right? They didn't say anything about any restrictions or, anything that I should be worried about as a 67-year-old woman, right? So I order it and, easy pays and all. And I'm so excited to get it. So I start using it and I use it twice a day, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. And what I first noticed after the first couple weeks is a little bit of facial twitching. And I thought that was odd. And I thought, frankly, it was a bad sign, because I thought, why is my face twitching? What nerves am I affecting by using the Nuface? About 6 weeks go by, and suddenly what is happening is when I use my Nuface, my Microcurrent, I'm starting to feel a little bit of a spasm in my heart. And I tell you what, I was so scared. And I just thought, okay, the first time it happened, I thought, it's just a fluke, right? And I don't know why I made excuses for the Nuface. Did I want to look better so badly that I would just deny what was happening, the migraines, the twitching, and now the spasm in my heart? I stopped using the Nuface for a week. Spasms went away, twitching went away, and I thought, oh, that was just a coincidence, right? It's just a fluke. So I started using it again. And this time, the spasm in my heart scared me so badly that I did call my doctor and I did go to the ER. Now, when I got there, I just kept thinking, why? Why did I keep using this device if I was afraid of it? I remember when I went to my doctor to follow up on my ER visit, I was so embarrassed to talk about the Nuface. But I did, and they did all the blood work, and I had a very long consultation, and I did not have a heart attack, and they felt that the microcurrent was affecting the rhythm of my heart, and I was never to use any type of microcurrent device again. And then when I got home and I started researching it, I realized that in the fine print, they do say if you have a heart condition, do not use the Nuface. If you have epilepsy, if you suffer from chronic migraines, do not use the Nuface. So when I was ordering this on QVC, they never said anything like that. They never said, you know what, if you have any type of internal bleeding, don't use the Nuface. And that would include even like an ulcer. I was scared to death. I want to live a long time. I want to see my grandchildren grow up. And it wasn't anybody's fault but my fault that I started using this device to look better, but it harmed me and it scared me. But it also woke me up to realizing that before I do anything, I need to research it. And in my research on the Nuface, what I found out was that one of the reasons doctors feel this works is because it swells our tissues under our skin, and because it kind of puffs up those tissues, it kind of smooths out our wrinkles temporarily. Well, I don't want to walk around with a swollen face with twitching. When they said the Nuface was FDA approved, I thought that meant, oh, the FDA approves this for like a little mini facelift, right? It will make me look younger because the government says it will, but no. All FDA approved means is the thing, won't catch fire when I'm using it on my face. So I felt like a dumbass. I thought it was important that I wanted to share with you the disaster that happened to me when I was using the Nuface. And my heart is good. I have no spasms. My migraines have gone away. I still have the little funky twitching on the right side every once in a while. So I don't know what the story is on that. But all I can say is do your research. And I know you will. But for me, at 67 years old, no way. No way am I going to use a microcurrent device.
prescription tretinoin since I was 27 years old. I'm 52 now, so that is 25 years of use. Here I am, 100% makeup free, so you can check out my skin and see what it looks like.
I have a lot of respect for Retin-A, retinol, any type of vitamin A that we put on our skin topically. It works. It helps reduce wrinkles. It helps us with texture. It helps us exfoliate that top layer of skin so it can expose nice, fresh skin. So we do look younger. It helps us build collagen. It's just good. It's good all around for anti-aging and making us, I shouldn't say anti-aging, it's good for helping us look our very best. However, I did land at the doctor's office again using Retin-A, but actually it wasn't Retin-A, it was rock retinol, and it was 2000, I want to say 13. So I slather it all over my face. Of course, didn't research anything. And that night, I thought I'd had a stroke. The left side of my face, my eyes started to water uncontrollably. And the pain, the headache that I had and the pain, I felt like I was having a stroke. My eyes became so dry that it felt like there were sticks in my eyes and they were just so bloodshot and red. I had blurred vision, and with the altered vision, I had a hard time I was a mess. I go to my physician first. Before I go to the eye doctor, I get into my doctor's office. He takes a look at my eyes and says, "You're going to be okay, but what you have used has irritated your eyes to the point where I'm a little concerned. And I want to send you to the eye doctor." Went to the eye doctor. He prescribed steroids and diagnosed me as having severe dry eye, to which I have to this day. So retinol, Retin-A is the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to dry eye. And there are a lot of women out there that say that's an okay trade-off. I will take the dry eye because Retin-A makes me look so much better. For everyone that is on Retin-A, you should know the signs of vitamin A toxicity. Doctors warn us very openly that if you are using Retin-A, be very careful you are not using vitamin A supplements. Sometimes doctors will suggest you not even use a multivitamin if you are using Retin-A. They are so worried about toxicity. So if we're women and we're on Retin-A, or like myself, retinol and Defrin, which is vitamin A, well, we should know the symptoms of vitamin A toxicity, right? Yeah. Do you know what the symptoms are? I didn't until I started to have them. And nausea, confusion, cracking of the skin, especially on the sides of your mouth, depression, weight gain, your hair starts falling out. I will hopefully do a scroll here of all the symptoms of vitamin A toxicity. And you know, it's not, I mean, when you catch it in time, of course, it's not fatal. It's not like a heart spasm, but it's serious. It's very serious because it can end up with kidney damage and liver damage. So you're going to want to know what those symptoms are of toxicity if you have a lot of confusion or fatigue, which is kind of me every day.
So fruit has to get on a bus. It has to get on GLUT5. GLUT5 delivers it to a cell. And then once it's at the cell, that PDR1, that gene, dictates how well the cell metabolizes it.
I love my facial oils and I love my serums and I love the challenge of trying to look the best I can no matter what age I am at. And some things, well, it is what it is unless I'm willing to go in and have some procedures done, which I'm not. But one thing, when I look in the mirror, I would like to have my figure be as good as it can be. And I feel that I can really put some things in motion to improve my figure, and that it's not so bombarded by like like I can't say, oh, my butt's big because of those free radicals floating in the air. When it comes to my figure, I feel like the universe is not fighting me. I feel like it's a fair fight, that if I eat right and I exercise, that there are a lot of things that I can control and I can feel happy about. So, about 5 weeks ago, I asked a girl that I just admire so much. She's 20 years younger than me, and she's on YouTube. I adore her. And I said, you know what? I want to drop some weight pretty quickly. What would you suggest? And she said, try keto. And I really didn't know what keto was. So I just, I researched it and I got on keto. And so I'm cutting my carbs down to like 18, 20 a day. So very low carb diet, mostly fat and a little bit of protein. But there I am, just on keto every day. And every day that I was on keto, I felt a little bit worse than the day before. And, I have a lot of energy, and I usually always put a positive spin on something, and I know that irritates some people. You're just too saccharine. Okay, well, I can't help it. But as I was eliminating carbs from my diet, I noticed that I was just lacking so much energy, and I felt so down and lethargic, and I can't describe how bad I felt. And I know about the keto flu, right? Like the keto flu, they say, it happens, but you'll come out the other end and you'll be fine, and it might take 30 days. But well, you know what? I don't have 30 days to feel like crap. And I was realizing too that you're telling me that it's okay for me to eat this big hunking piece of beef, right? It's like a steak. That's okay. But this beautiful shiny apple, that's bad. Apple bad, hunk of meat good. I couldn't get on board with that. It didn't make any sense to me. And then I started really researching it, and I saw study after study that showed that people who eat very low carb do not live as long as people who eat carbohydrates in a moderate amount. Dieting for me is all about portion control and freedom. Freedom for me to eat any food I want, no restrictions. I don't want there to be something that's forbidden to me, like, a muffin or a slice of bread or an apple. I don't want to live like that. Now, maybe, if I was 40 years old, why not? But not now. Every day is precious. Every week is precious. I don't have time for the keto flu. And when I stayed on that keto diet, my blood sugar started crashing like crazy. It would go either so low, I felt like I was going to pass out. And I did call my doctor. And again, I'm surprised he takes my calls after this. And it was requested of me, get off that diet. We can find a doctor or a video or a person to say anything, pretty much, right? Keto is great for you, and eating large amounts of meat is great. You'll live a long life just eating bacon and sausage. But I don't believe that. My body doesn't believe that. My mind doesn't believe that. Because when I starve my brain of carbohydrates, I can't think, and I need all the help I can get thinking. The diet that works for me is the diet where I can have what I want, but in small portions. And I'm free. I don't have to worry about this constant denial of pleasure, a restrictive kind of life, because there are enough restrictions that I already have in my life, things that I used to love to do that I can no longer do, because basically my legs don't always do what I want them to do anymore. Some days I have arthritis and it's a little bit hard to exercise or get up those stairs or go hiking in the woods, the things that I've always loved to do. So when it comes to that beautiful banana, if that's what I want to have in the morning, no diet is going to tell me, you can't have that fruit. Instead, eat the bacon. That's not for me. I don't know, maybe it's the Italian in me, but I just love fresh fruits and vegetables, and I don't want to live my life cutting them out of my diet. The closer that I get to 70, the more I ask myself, what am I willing to risk? What am I willing to do to look my best, or to maybe cheat time, maybe go back in time, have a few procedures done? You know, in the United States, they did a study on why women have facelifts. They wanted to know. And they came to the psychological conclusion that women said they wanted a facelift because they wanted to feel more confident and they wanted their self-esteem to come back. They wanted to feel good about themselves. They wanted to feel that they weren't invisible. They wanted to feel pretty again. So there you have it. Confidence and self-esteem. So the aging process robbed some women of feeling confident, of feeling that they were worth something. So I just want to share with you real quickly. This is something that happened between Bill and I, my husband at the time, and I'll never forget it. But I asked him who was the sexiest woman he ever met in his life. And I thought maybe he'd say me. Well, he didn't. When he was a young man in college, he was at the library. And he said there was this woman. She was very thin in a wool skirt and a black silk blouse. And she had white hair and red lipstick. And he said her confidence was off the charts, and she moved in such a sexy way because it was as if she knew what she wanted. She knew who she wanted, what she wanted, and how she wanted it. And he said he was just overcome with her being so attractive. And what, he had to be in his 20s? She was 70? I will never forget it. And I remember I went out and I bought every black silk blouse I could get my hands on. But I will always remember that, thinking, well, he's going to say some beautiful young blonde on the beach frolicking in a bikini, right? But no. That that makes me think that when we look in the mirror and maybe we don't feel confident or we don't feel like we're worth what we used to be worth, maybe we're just looking at it all wrong. We need to take a second look. It's our confidence. It's who we are. It's our swag. It's our attitude. We don't have to be a beauty queen. We don't have to be 20. All we have to do is be happy and be us. And that doesn't mean we're trying to attract a man. That means we're trying to attract happiness, self-confidence, and self-esteem. And somehow in our society, we have gotten so off the beaten track of right and wrong or what has value. It's just crazy to me. What are you willing to risk to look young again? I would like everybody to say, I'm not willing to risk anything. I already am. Beautiful. Yeah. Desi, I had a little muffin out there with apple jelly on it and it's missing. You wouldn't happen to know what happened to that, would you? Would you? Would you tell me? You didn't take it now, did you? You don't steal food much. I don't know. I think this is a record. I think we've tried to say goodbye about 4 times and something always happens. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I loved every second of it. And if you get a chance down below, could you share something maybe that you have gone through over the years trying to look your best? What price is beauty for you? I think it would help us all to share that. Please have yourself a happy, safe, brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right. It's the deal. We'll be through.